there, my name is Z, and this in front of me is flavors and bases from Inawera. The producer is Inawera, but I purchased them from www.Etigara-electronica.ro. So the great news is that the Etigara starts to sell the Inawera products. So today we are going to talk a little bit of Inawera bases and Inawera flavors, and I'm going to explain you. I'm not going to show you, but I will explain it to you how to make your own e-liquid. I will show it to you maybe some other time. So today we are going to do a relaxed review, and most of the review will be just talking about bases and flavors. So first of all we're going to do a flavors thing, then we are going to explain a little bit of a basis. So now the camera will going to go to my pretty face. Maybe it's not pretty, but it's a face. And let's start. So you saw in front of me a few flavors and one bottle of a base made by Inawera, but I purchased it from Etigara-electronica.ro, and we're going to speak about them today. So first let's do flavors. Flavor is something. No, first we are going to do bases, because you're putting a flavor in a base. Okay. The base is a prepared mixture of e-liquid products. So it can be made by propellant glycol, it can be made of vegetable glycerin, or made a mixture of two of that components. Of course water can be added in a different percentage. So there is a different types of base, but generally base is prepared liquid without flavor, and you're able to make a base itself, but I tried to. It's okay. There is no flavor, nothing, just throat heat and vapor. But it's okay if you like. You're able to try. So when you go to Etigara and you open the Inawera place, you're going to see a lot of different bases. Of course you will see and the flavors too, but for the bases they need an explanation, because when you are the older vapors or experienced vapors already know a few things about bases, but the beginners don't know, and of course it is I know for myself it was a mystery. I don't know, 1.5 years ago or maybe 2. It was a mystery, and I was, oh wait, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need, everybody speaks, I don't know, you do that, you need to do this, you need to stay them in a dark place, in a cool, dry place, in a, I don't know, refrigerator, in a, I don't know, say please, go, please, I don't know, things like that, but it is all, maybe for somebody it will work, for me it doesn't. I'm doing it on my way, and it's the faster way than most people say or speak about it, or you read on forums and something like that. So when you go to Etigara place for Inawera, you're going to see a lot of different bases. So there is I think 6 or 7 types of Inawera bases. So I will tell you just like this. First one is 2DF or 2D. That is the fresh base, of course, prepared, which contains propylene glycol in 43%, vegetable glycerin in 43%, there is a 10% of demineralized water and 4% of aromatic compendants. That aromatic compendants for that base is basically a mint. So if you're going to do, let's say, I don't know, maybe peppermint, see, this is the peppermint flavor, you're able to use the 2DR for 2D base. Okay, that is the mixture base, PG and VG. The dirty natural base, that is the VPG base. Of course, it is also vegetable glycerin, propylene glycol, water, and it does have a 4% of some aromatic compendants, but it is also 43 for the PG and VG, 10% of demineralized water and 4% of aromatic flavor, but dirty neutral base is for, let's say, tobacco flavors. So if you're planning to make, let's say, a Gold Ducat, or maybe planning to Virginia, or maybe, I don't know, Free 5, maybe Cuban Supreme, I don't know, USA Mix, Desert Ship, one of my favorite, and Malt Blend, you're able to use the neutral base. So, and maybe some flavors, like I tried the cappuccino to make it, that it's okay. Now the PG Eco Base. The PG Eco Base, you'll find it there on Etigara. The PG Eco Base is basically only the PG, which means the propylene glycol. It is a 99% of propylene glycol and only 1% of the VG, whole vegetable glycerin. So, the propylene glycol is a substance that gives you a small amount of vapor, but a good flavor taste and a good throat heat. That is something that you need to know. The propylene glycol is just gives you throat heat and good taste of the flavor. But vegetable glycerin, or VG, as you know, gives you a huge amount of vapor. So when you saw somebody who vapes and give you a very big clouds of vapor, he probably uses or only VG or a base with a higher percent of vegetable glycerin in a base. So that was the PG Eco Base. So 99% of the propylene glycol and 1% of VG. In that kind of base, you're welcome to use it with all kind of flavors, but you need to know that that is for the, let's say, people who like taste and the throat heat, and the vapor amount is not concerning them. So if you are seeking for a less vapor but a good taste and a good throat heat, the PG Eco Base is for you. Let's say Tobacco Base Universal. Tobacco Base Universal is a mixture of propylene glycol, vegetable glycerin, and 10% of demineralized water. And of course it got 4% of some aromatic components, but that is just for the tobacco flavors, you know. So if you're going to make a good tobacco flavor, use that base, because it is not how to say, I don't know, it is just for the tobacco flavors. It is very good, and it gives you a good taste, it gives you a solid amount of vapor, and it gives you a good throat heat. So, VG Bio Base. VG Bio Base is a vegetable glycerin base. So it contains only 90% of the vegetable glycerin and 10% of the water, without any flavor components and that stuff. So basically it is just 90% of the VG and 10% of water. Because the vegetable glycerin as a component for the e-liquid is very, how to say, gusta.
Dense.
It is very dense. So if you are planning to use it, it is not going to be good on, let's say, I don't know, maybe on Kaifun or something like that. It is not welcome to use as a dense in a genesis types of atomizers. You need to add a water. So you need to dense it with the water, because this prepared base is already dense with the water, so that is the reason for 90% of VG and 10% of water. But when you're making the VG base, VG eco base, you need to put a little bit more of a flavor than you used to when you tried or when you used some else base. Why is that? Because the VG as itself, as a component for the e-liquid, doesn't give you a very good taste, and it doesn't give you a strong throat heat. It is a throat heat that you make, let's say, for a 6 or 0 or 12, but it is not as sharp as when you use a PG. So if you are making the only VG base e-liquid, try to put some more flavor on it. Let's say, I don't know, on 10 milliliters, on bottle of 10 milliliters, put maybe 5 or 6 or 7 drops of flavor, and then it's going to be okay. And now the VPG plus base. The VPG plus base is basically 70% of the propylene glycol, 26% of the vegetable glycerin, 3% of water, and there is 1% of a substance that is called ethyl maltol. I think, yeah, it is ethyl maltol. That is basically it is some kind of I don't know, aromatic compound. So I tried that base. It is very good, and I don't know what to say. I think this is that base now inside of the Kaifun. So basically that is the VPG. You are welcome to use it with all kind of flavors. And now there is one more VPG, so vegetable glycerin and propylene glycol, but that is VPG power smoke base. Basically that is the mix of eco and bio base in content of 45% of the PG eco and VG bio, and 10% of the water. Constantly using that base, VPG power base, because for me personally it gives everything what I seek, what I need in the e-liquid. It gives you a good taste, it gives you a throat heat and a good vapor production. Of course, everything of that is just something that is personal, because when people make their own e-liquid, somebody put, I don't know, just 1% of the flavor, somebody puts 3, maybe 5, I don't know. That is just personally and how you like your liquid. So generally the base is prepared liquid without a flavor. I try to explain you every one of the bases, and try to reach and to find your own taste, your personal taste, and something like that. Now for the flavors. There is a few flavors that you are allowed to order from Etigara, which is made by Inawera. There is just Inawera flavors. There is Tino di Milano. There is of course something like alcoholic. There is a coffee. There is a fruit, and there is a Vera Garden. I don't have Vera Garden at me for this moment, but I will show you. This is the 3.5 of 7 milliliters flavor. They made it in 5 milliliters, 7 and 10 milliliters. So this is 3.5, this is tobacco taste. This is Cuban Supreme, also made in 7 milliliters, that is tobacco taste also, flavor. Now this is the Gold Ducat, this is the tobacco, flavor in 5 milliliters. It is very dark, as you are able to see. This is Virginia, this is tobacco flavor in 10 milliliters, and this is this is 10 milliliters Virginia, also tobacco. This is peppermint, 5 milliliters. This is vanilla, 5 milliliters. Now this is Max Blend Tino di Milano. On every bottle it's written Tino di Milano, 10 milliliters Tino di Milano. The difference between the regular Inawera and the Tino di Milano and the Vera Garden, the difference is the Tino di Milano and the Vera Garden is high concentrated flavors, and you only need to use 2 or 3% of the flavor in a base, which means if you are making let's say 100 milliliters, this is the bottle of the base. This is PG Eco base, so this is only propylene glycol base. So if you are making the base in 100 milliliters and only one flavor, and somebody tells you, okay, put 2% of the flavor in this base, you are going to take the 2 milliliters of the flavor and put it in a base. So that means 2%. On the 10 milliliters it is 0.2 milliliter. In 100 it is 2 milliliter, and so on and so on. Okay, the difference between Vera Garden Tino di Milano and the regular Inawera flavor is that the regular Inawera is not concentrated and you're allowed to put, I don't know, 4 or 5% of the flavor, and the Tino di Milano and Vera Garden you're also able to put it, but you're going to make too strong in liquid, so they recommended to put maybe 2 or 3% of the flavor. That is for the Tino di Milano. I already make my own liquid for, I don't know, 1.5 years, I think so. This is made in this is cappuccino by Inawera, made with this PG Eco base, and you see it is quite okay, quite good. It gives me everything I need. This flavor here is Inawera, but this is 7 milliliters. This is cola flavor, and it is in a glass bottle. Because I think it is in a glass bottle because the flavor is too strong, and I think it is aggressive. So that is the reason why they put it in the glass bottle. Okay, that was the flavors. So basically you're putting the flavors in a base. When you put the flavor in a base, you need to mix those two things. and you have your own personal e-liquid. For making your own e-liquids, I already told you the differences between the bases, and I show you a few flavors, and I will now try to explain you how to make your own e-liquid. So what you need to do, you need one of these bases and a flavor that you want to try. I don't want to tell you try this one or that one. Try to find your own e-liquid. I did that, so try it, because the taste is something that I can't recommend to you. I frequently using Max Blend. I'm using Desert Ship. I'm using cappuccino. Is okay when you find it. Turkish tobacco is also okay, and so on and so on. Try vanilla and something. So when you try to make your own e-liquid and you're a beginner and you ask experienced vapor, everybody tells you a different story. Well, you take this, put that here, and do that, do this, do blah blah blah. So I will try to explain you my way, and for me my way is the best. No, I'm just joking, but it fits for me. I'm doing that for, let's say, I'm doing mixing on this way maybe a year, and it's okay. And I'm doing my own liquid for about a year and a half. So maybe half of a year I've done it wrong, but it's not wrong. I just done it on the not as good as I think it is now. So what I'm doing now, if you're a beginner, it is much easier for you to take a 10 milliliter of a base and put the flavor in it, and then for some time try it and see if it fits for you or not. Because if you're making 100 milliliters and you don't like it, you're wasting your money and time and everything. So what I'm doing, take a bottle of base and take some flavor you like. So take a glass, and this is a small mixer. Here in Serbia we are using it for the Nescoffee, you know. So this mixer is for me it is a very good thing, you know. Why? Because when you're making a liquid, on the forums and everybody tells you take a base, put it in the, let's say, a glass or something like that, or in a bowl, or I don't know, a glass, and then take a flavor, put a few drops inside, mix that, just shake it or something, put it in a bottle, and put it in a cool and dry place, and let them stand for about, I think, 30 days or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, or everybody tells you the different. Close the bottle and put it in the hot water for 1 day, and I read a lot of things, a lot of recommendations, a lot of that stuff. The way I'm making my liquid now, just a glass, small mixer, of course you need a base and a flavor. What you need to do, take a base, put 10 milliliters in a glass, put a few drops. I found it, for me, because I'm using, let's say, expensive equipment. I'm using K-Funs, I'm using let's say for some Genesis atomizers like Silver Dog or Combo, which they give you a good flavor. They give you a good amount of flavor, of course, a huge amount of vapor and that stuff. I'm cut my flavor to only 1% because I'm able to taste it, and that's it. That's all you need from the flavor. You need to taste it. So the darker flavors like this, you see, they're dark. You're going to do a much often. You're going to do a dry burn much often. So they are, let's say, filtering your coil, especially if you are making your own coils on some equipment. I have that issue with my Keifen, because I have left some of the liquid from the previous mixing, and I need to clean it up in 1 day. So I clean it up today. I change 2 tons of the liquid. I need to clean it again. Now I don't need to do that because I put a less flavor in a base. So 1% of base. What you need to do, my way: put 10 milliliters of base in a cup and put, let's say, 3 drops in 10 milliliters, and take a small mixer like this and mix it up for about, I don't know, 2 minutes, maybe 3. What you will see that the base is clear, and when you shake it, when you mix it, it is going to be full of the bubbles and kind of foggy, you know. So, and of course it is going to change the color. If you're using, let's say, desert sheep, it's going to be in the color of desert. If you're using, I don't know, gold ducat, it is going to be a dark like this, and so on and so on. So just put 10 milliliters of the base, put 2-3 drops, and mix it with that small mixer, and put it in a bottle, and wait until you see that the base is clear again. And now for the tobacco flavors, leave them 1, maybe 2 days, and then try them, and they are going to be okay for vaping. And for the, let's say, non-tobacco flavors, for fruity flavors and flavors that are not tobacco, after you see that the base and the flavor are clear, you're already able to vape them. So for the first, I don't know, 5 days, it is going to be a little bit maybe tasty, but after the 5, maybe 6 days, the flavor is going to be even better than it used to be, and it is going to change the color. Again, it is going to be just a little bit darker than it is. So I tried to explain you that, and I'm going to show you that for one time, I think. So I told you and I explained you almost everything, and all you need to do now is go to Etigara and try to order some base and the flavor and try it. Thank you for watching. This was one long video, but sorry for that. But thank you all for watching, and see you in another video. Bye.